Yo, this is Mikey, Antiserum, and you are tuned in to Womp TV. My name is Mikey. I go by Antiserum, and I live in San Francisco, California. Inspirations for my music, hip-hop. I was a huge hip-hop head growing up, mainly Bay Area influenced hip-hop music, Living Legends, Souls of Mischief, hieroglyphics, stuff like that was a huge inspiration for me. And then I heard drum and bass music in 2000. I went to my first rave and heard drum and bass and pretty much never listened to hip hop after that point. It was all drum and bass all the time. The first thing I ever heard was a ill-esha mix of all ill-esha tracks, and that was what really grabbed me by the balls and got me into it. Gridlock, of course, was another huge influence. I think he had just moved here to the Bay Area from Florida, and I saw him at a show and was really into it. So I started off playing drum and bass, playing vinyl at raves here in the Bay Area. We played a lot of like break-in type parties at warehouses and underground type events. And then I sort of slowed it down a bit and got into producing breaks. And the way I got into dubstep, I think we were just messing around on a breaks tune, and then we made it halftime at a breakdown. Kind of stumbled upon the whole dubstep rhythm, and then after that it was just all dubstep from about 2007 on. I find that a lot of the time I can't really make up my mind about what kind of style I want to go for, so I feel like I'm constantly trying to do different styles within the 140 BPM range. Signature sound, a lot of people tell me that my Virus TIA synthesizer is the heart of the Antiserum sound. It sounds unique in a way. I like really dance floor friendly stuff, clean production, good engineering. I like music that you can remember after you hear it at the end of the night, something that you can walk away from and kind of be humming the melody in your head or remembering the vocal that you heard. So I like to focus on solid production, and it's going to be dance floor friendly, and it's going to be musical and memorable. I like to start with some sort of like centerpiece, whether that be, you know, a vocal hook or a big melodic lead or some sort of sample from a movie. I'll make a drum kit and I'll go to bass. I like to kind of mix as I go, you know, doing EQing as I go and effects and compression, and it's mainly just getting the sounds as fast as they can sound within Logic. The studio setup's really simple, just a Mac running Logic. I've got a set of Atom studio monitors. Lately I've been trying to experiment with some other styles of music, but I feel like I'm really kind of in dubstep mode right now. Memorable collaborations. Off the top of my head, the first one that comes into mind is Eskimo, 12th Planet, ill-esha, DJG, Babylon System. I really would love to work with some of the hip-hop guys that I grew up listening to. I did work on a tune with Noah D and the New Ham Generals, which is kind of along those lines. One thing that a lot of people haven't asked me that I kind of like to talk about is what I do, or what I did for work before I was a full-time DJ producer. My job for the past 6 years, up until this January, was working at a church in downtown San Francisco, one of the biggest churches in California, Grace Cathedral. I did just about everything there, from collecting the money from the alms boxes and counting it, to doing live sound there, doing some design work. I did just about everything except for preaching at the Sunday service. An interesting little thing about working at Grace Cathedral is I did a lot of recording there for a lot of the tracks that I've done. For example, there's a tune that I did, Bulgarian Funk, where I recorded a Bulgarian women's choir in Grace Cathedral and used a snippet in this track. I don't know if I should really be saying that because I could probably get in trouble for it. But if you go look down in my pantry, you'll notice that I have like 6 different boxes of cereal. I like the sugary shit, you know. I like stuff that kind of gives me a little sugar rush. So Cocoa Pebbles, Fruity Pebbles, Lucky Charms, the crappy shit, you know. Yeah, no, I love cereal, man. I like all cereal. You know, I have like 5 bowls of cereal a day.